a second. Welcome, team, to this ninth session. The ninth session. Wow. And as usual, the logistics space is open for maximum 7 minutes. So
Okay. I've got two quick things. One
great.
is I will be leaving this call 5 minutes before the end if we go to the ending time. So that way I can be on the EHP Skill Up call.
You
And
wrote
then
that. Mhm.
yes, I did. And then the other thing is my internet is still being fixed by the internet company. So I'm on hotspot right now on my phone and just going to make the best of it. It may get choppy at times, but I'm hoping that it'll work well. And if needed, Sydney and I might be able to share a screen later if it gets kind of rough for both of us.
Great. For now, it's fine. Super.
Yes,
Thank
it's
you.
working now.
Alice.
Yeah, also just a quick logistics that I'll be leaving 5 minutes earlier as well today.
Great.
Me too.
Me too.
You're all going to the EHP Skills Up dojo. Is it that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Context call.
Yes.
Yay. Amazing. Great. Okay. So
So
I
maybe
keep that
then
in
we
mind.
can.
We will finish 5 too, because yeah. Okay. Super. So what is it then? It's 7:55, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. I have two logistics. I want to announce that the EHP Dojo space on Friday will be on 3:30 p.m. CET. Instead of last week it was 3 o'clock. This week it will be 3:30, and there will be, if someone would choose to hold space on the 15th of March, then there will be an EHP dojo. I will not hold space. So the question is, who will take over on the Friday the 15th in the afternoon? Your choice when it is possible. I think on Fridays it was quite a good time, or like a good day. Mainly 3-4 people came when it was in the afternoon. So
I could only do it in the morning.
I will be there if it's in the morning.
Okay, so who will hold space for in the morning? It's also
I will do
great.
so.
Okay, super. Volker, thank you.
Still, and I will not be there.
Yeah, you will be in the middle of the night, in the morning, right? Great.
Not sure about Brazil.
Anything else? Another dojo stick, space holder stick needs to pass on, wants to be passed on. Who held space last week for the second one? No one?
I think we've just been doing one dojo a week for a couple weeks.
Then something
For
dropped.
a couple of weeks. Only last week.
No, only last week then. It dropped. Who will offer a dojo Tuesday, Wednesday? Because there won't be a session next week. So the last one will be in 2 weeks. So who will do the space holding?
I will take it over, but I will look in my calendar when I will.
Super.
I will hold space for the dojo on next Saturday, on 9th. And I if you, Sydney and Scott want to join, and I would do it also in the afternoon.
On the 9th, like next Saturday?
9th, yes, 9th.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's in the afternoon, I would join as well.
Super.
Great.
Right. Thank you, Volker.
So at 3.
Amazing.
Does it fit for you? No
Who is the
comment.
you? Who is the you? Who you are addressing, Volker?
So Alice said yes. I mean, I do it on the afternoon also to invite Sydney and Scott. Are you interested?
I am not interested. I have a birth client that I'm waiting for this week, and I'm also preparing for Brazil, and I cannot commit to that right now.
All right.
I am possibly, I'm interested, but I'm not certain that I'm available. But that time will work for me in general, because it's morning time here.
Mhm.
Great. And Scott, I really recommend you. You've been only to one EHP dojo. Make time. It's your evolutionary path, and it
Yes.
supports you. Great. Cool. Super. Anything else? No? Then logistics space is closed. Catherine.
I'm coming out of a space about heart gym, and I realized that I'm pretty much in my head. And I ask you to make a beep when you realize that I'm speaking from my head and not from a feeling. And that is also connected to what I want to bring into this space. Some of us joined the work talk with Anne-Chloé about mimetic speaking. And we had this mimetic engineering in our space too. And through the work talk, I get also some clarity more. And it is that you as a space holder support your client to develop the thought where. Either way, with giving distinctions, with making mimetic engineering, even also with this experiential reality of going through an emotional healing process or removing blocks or doing any other process. It was not so clear for me that it is, that what does it mean to have a thought-aware update or an upgrade? And most of us are based in modern society. So we have the thought-aware of patriarchal structures. Maybe you need to be a good student, or you need to be a good coach. And archiarchy gives a lot of thought-aware and mimetic constructs that is beyond this pressure game, this competition game, this making game, and it addresses much more the being. And to learn and to develop a new culture. And the culture is nothing you can get in your head. It involves all of your 5 bodies. And I'm slowly getting what that means. And I feel very scared to let go of my brain capacity because I trained this brain capacity for so long. And to learn how really to navigate with my feelings. Because in a coaching session, the feelings are your most precious tool. It is not your head and your knowledge about distinctions and maps and processes. It is your capacity to feel and to let your feelings also guide the way and make nonlinear jumps. That was what I wanted to bring into the field. And is there anything to add from the others, maybe who were in the work talk? Or is there any question about that?
Which work talk are you speaking about?
From Anne-Chloé about mimetic speaking. And I tried right now to do a mimetic speaking, and mimetic speaking means that I address these mimetic constructs, these parts with your thoughtware is made of, so that it can evolve, that it can expand. Expand your box means also to expand your thoughtware, to consider other possibilities, to dive in a realm, in a territory which is full of endless resources of creation. And you create new things. I was the other day I was in a space holding with Lisa Ommert. Lisa holds space for another woman, and it was about the child and the parent ego state mixing up, and the other woman did like this movement
Gesture.
gesture, yes, and Lisa took that and said, okay, make that and separate these two ego states. So at the end, on the one side, you have the child ego state, and on the other side, you have the parent ego state. And she invented that just in doing it. And that's possibility management. You create new possibilities out of nothing. And I feel joy about that. I feel joy that we are explorers of this field, that possibility coaching creates new possibilities, not only for the client, but also just for possibility management itself. And then you can create a legend out of it. You can tell the village, hey, I created a new process.
Thank you, Katrin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have something to say with, I'm just touched by what you're sharing, and what stood out to me is just when you were talking about being in a coaching session and just how precious feelings are. And I was just talking with a friend this morning that's in possibility management work, and I was just telling her, like, we both just went through this fear club, and even though, you know, just walking out of this space, like, the experience that I'm having is I'm realizing, and it happened on the call last week with Clinton, where he asked me what I was feeling and I didn't even know. And then as I reflected on it, I was like, oh, it was fear. But it's like there's this way that I can have fear or experience fear and not even know that I am. And it's like, I'm starting to wake up to that more. And whether it's fear or anger or sadness, like, there's just like, I can feel a feeling and have no recognition or awareness that it's happening. And I'm learning and changing my thoughtware about that. I'm starting to just practice and become more competent in the practice of feeling. And this morning I was just thinking, like, gosh, like, I just want, like, that's what I really am excited about. Like, that's what I'm really joyful about, is just like creating, being and supporting a culture of just feeling, like, just feeling our feelings and how precious that is. And it's like, in the way that you spoke it, is just, it's so precious. It's like this doorway and this.
Sydney, I have a possibility. What about you already have the experience and you heard how Catherine was speaking out of her experience. It was not something she learned from a script, but she had the experience and then she was translating it into speaking to us as coaches, you as coaches, and you as edge workers. So how would you say it in a different way and speak from your experience, like address us and kind of inspire us in the way, not that it's like you need to inspire us, but the inspiration is a natural outcome because you're addressing us as coaches, us as edge workers, us as evolutionaries. So go beyond what you just did. There you stay with your own experience and try something else. And it's a hint is to start, like Katrin said, you as coaches, you have the possibility to use the feelings in a way, and they are navigating. You're navigating while you are feeling the unknown, like and start saying this, and then we can be with you in your experience, but translate it into mimetic speaking, which is landing in a different way in us. It's not that I would listen to Sydney and then I can say, yeah, it was inspiring what Sydney said, but you're talking directly to my being, to all of my bodies, and then you're hitting, in a good way, you're hitting me. You're reaching me. Do you get that? Do you want to try that out? And
I
it's
don't get that, and I'm still willing to try.
great. So use your fear. Excellent. And go ahead. And we give you prompts and feedback and coaching. And it's talk to us, you. It's not I, you. That's a good hint, a good bridge. And of course, there's sometimes the I, my experience, but then you speak with the you as.
I feel lost by the speaking to you, like using the word you. Like I am experiencing, as I'm thinking about how that goes, it seems like I'm talking at someone, and I don't. That lost me. That prompt.
What is the sentence coming up? If you would say you, if you would use the word you as coaches, or you as a coach. It looks like there's a block.
Yeah, I'm lost in what you're prompting me.
So
what
you're
is
lost.
coming up for me is what was coming up for me before you said to lead with the you as coaches was talking about and sharing more. You said speaking of my experience, and so I was going to lead more with, in a way, like dragon speaking, or like what it is that I'm, the culture I'm wanting to live in, and what I'm taking a stand for, and but I don't know right now like how to do that in a sense of saying you and speaking like that
Yeah.
turned me.
Dragon speaking is a different thing. Dragon speaking you're using to take a stand for yourself in the world. Mimetic speaking is using, and there you said you're talking about your experience. What I invited you is to talk from your experience. And that's a different thing. And that's really a skill you have to learn and to practice.
I don't even know what mimetic speaking is. is. So I think that's part of what I don't really know what that is.
Yeah. Katrin did
Don't know.
mimetic speaking partly, right? And you said something was touching you. And I'm pretty sure it was not only about what she said about the feeling, but also how she said it, because it landed in a different way. And the invitation is to watch the recording. And there are also there's a star where Anne-Chloé is talking, like is showing what mimetic speaking is. And that's super helpful, especially when you have work talks, when you're opening the space for groups, you land distinctions. It's an important tool to develop. Because then it's shifting from the I experience, like I have the experience and I want to share, from this sharing culture into providing value because out of your experience. And I want to leave it there and give you, the kind of a little push and an invitation. Practice that. Grab Catherine, go on a journey with her. She's also practicing it, and say, look, I have no idea how this works. Can we do this together? Will you do that?
Yes.
Cool. Because I know you're holding spaces for many people, and it will change how you are holding space for them. Super. Anything else about the question Katrin had about the mimetic speaking?
Yes. And I feel fear as a little bit like Sydney. I was in the call and I got insights and yes, for me it's amazing to see what is going on and what is possible. And I still see myself, I still receive more, where are my mimetic constructs which are keeping me like away from doing so. So I can so since we had this topic, or we opened this topic about mimetic constructs, or about mimetic engineering, and also before the coaching session started, I became more conscious about mimetics in general. And I'm really fascinated about it. And I'm observing what's going on in me and in different situations or in different conversations or communications, how I react, and I really find out what is going on in certain situations, but I still also have this feeling there is something missing because I didn't do this real full cycle, that I could see this full cycle of here, oh yeah, I'm again. And yeah, still I'm fascinated of this possibility of going into it, of talking from it. And I see how I limit myself. And this is, I mean, also that I see how I limit myself. It's how do I say, it's
What
fruitful for me. I feel joy that I can see more what is going on.
do you see how you used the space and shifted it into a sharing space, Volker?
Now when you say it, yes.
The invitation was to, if there's any questions about it. And it seems to me that you don't have a question. Or do you? Do you have a question? I take it as a no. And that's totally okay with me. And this is like, check it out. Check it out. Like, in such spaces like we are here, being together on a journey, yes, it's important to share experiences, and it's like it's an invitation to speak about it so that everyone learns. And it's not only about you, and I'm speaking to everyone, it's not only you, Volker, right? And like, it's not only about your experience and you personally, of course it's personal, but it's also for the group
Okay, I
and your
know what
client and your environment. Go.
I just was talking to my neighbor again and try to go with him into that he feels what's going on. But I am still in this teaching mode, and I would like to know how I can shift that. Because I feel how I don't reach him, how I am, yeah, how also I create a safe situation, so I don't go really into this unknown field, and there's these, I don't know how to go there.
So what about asking your 3 cell and exactly do a role play with them, and then you get prompts just while you're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. We're shifting spaces. So I send you 4 different processes. You would prepare and invited to prepare yourself, read them through. The feeling cycle, the mind machine rewiring, and rewiring fear, sadness, anger, or joy. It depends. Like you can, if you know one, you can use it for everything. And energetic blocks in general. And there's a kind of a general way to remove the classical energetic blocks. Even, of course, a mind machine is an energetic block too, and also the rewiring. No, it's not. Sorry, put this aside. But a mind machine is definitely also an energetic block. And how we want to go with this today is that we would do a rewiring process. Sandra?
Yeah, I have a question. Why is rewiring the fear not to remove a block or a energetic block? Because I think for myself that if the fear would flow through my body, that would be a very big shift. And yeah, because I've often cold hands and feet, and
Yes.
yeah.
I got you, Sandra. The distinction what I got is that a block is you put something in between, right?
Yeah.
You have like an energetic stream and you cut it off.
Yeah.
And with the rewiring, you only put a different story, a different meaning together. But still something, it's flowing twisted, but the energy is still flowing. And actually, it doesn't care if you put it in the box of it's an energetic block or like, important is you know the process. You know how it goes, you know how to hold space for it, because it will definitely come across. You, especially at the beginning when you have coaching sessions, and people start to feel or want to train themselves to feel, then these rewiring is on the path. It's definitely there. Okay. So we will do the rewiring in the big group, and Katrin will hold space for it, and I'm the space holder for her, and be at her side. And if you already did, who already did the rewiring fear? Anyone? Okay. Alice, you just use another feeling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how because I did this process also like many times, and then I just check what I'm grabbing, and then I see, okay, there's anger or something else, whatever. And then when it's not, commitment is commitment, right? And commitment is super dangerous. Then you can dissolve this and put something else there,
Yes. Mhm.
or not something else, but you put
Yeah.
commitment. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And
Any
then,
other question?
yeah, and then just to give you an overview, and then we have the other 3 processes: feeling cycle, energetic block, and mind machine. And the idea is to have 3 breakouts which you can choose to go in. And before we're gonna check like who wants to pair up, and then we have kind of an open space, like whoever did open space technology, like to where you have different offers and you can move from room to room. Who did this before? It's like you have an offer and you don't opt in into one and you need to stay there, but you can also move in other spaces, basically. And you would also get the access that you can jump around. And there are these 3 spaces. You have an agreement. It's like maybe Volker said, I want to explore the mind machine, and Sarah said, yes, me too. Then I want to work on myself, and hey, I want to practice how to hold space, and then they are a match. And if you want to go there, you just go into the space and be there also as a space holder, or like a witness, but a space holder, not observing, of course, learning what they are what is happening. And then if you say, okay, now my time is off there in this space, you can go to the energetic block, for example. So you have the possibility to shift around, and I will be there also in different spaces and will support you.
So I have a question. We
Yes.
try to do it by ourselves to go through the process.
Yes. Yes.
And first we make now together the rewiring fear. So I guide through this process. So you have an experience how it is to make a brain surgery and rewiring something. And after that, there is this open space where you do it yourself with other people.
Yes, but we are 6 people, and if we have got 3 processes, and one is a space holder and one is a client, then everybody is in a space.
Yes.
And you can't switch to another one, or you are finished.
You
There
finish.
you go. Yeah. Some processes will be longer and some less. It will be a bit non-linear, let's say.
Sounds like it.
Yes. Right. And before we go in the first breakouts, we will check what is the necessity, who wants to hold space. So the first constellation, there's clarity, and then we are going with the flow. Great. Super.
Any other question?
How long do we do this?
So
Until
now,
we end?
So the brain surgery now will be about 20 minutes. And then we use the rest of the time to do the other processes. And so who of you read the rewiring fear process? Okay.
And Alice, you did it. Scott, did you do this process?
I've not done the process. I've read most of it.
Okay,
Good.
so
So I will add something. So it is the way how I learned it. At the beginning, it is like entering into your cabinet of brain surgery. This is not in the process written. So when you are ready, then I invite you to find a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Make sure that you are grounded, centered and grounded and bubbled. And then you enter your cabinet. Maybe it's a small room. Maybe it's a big room. You enter your cabinet. Maybe you see also a door you need to open to enter it. And in your cabinet, there is, the cabinet is a room. And in this room, you find a chair which you can lay down. It is like when you are going for the dentist. It is a comfortable chair with the function that you really can lay down. And there are instruments for your surgery. You can have a look at them. Maybe it is scissors. Maybe it's something like a soldering iron. In German, it is Lötkolben. You find there everything you need for your brain surgery. And then you sit on your chair. On one side of the chair, you find also the possibility to clean your hands. So they are really like disinfected. So you can access your brain and make that really energetically. You also can move your physical hands like you are washing them under this special water, and make sure that they are dry again. And then the next step is to open your head. And there is a zipper at your front that goes from one ear to the other. And you really open your zipper. Maybe it makes a sound. And so you are putting up the top of your skull. Yes, use your hands. It is not only in your imagination. And when you opened your skull, you can see now all kinds of wires in your head. And there is one red wire with the word fear on it. So find the red wire and pull it out a little bit. So you can see with which other word is your fear connected.
Dangerous.
Yes, you say out loud. Maybe first it is, you see your red wire of the fear is connected to another wire with another color. Share the other color right now.
Blue.
Blue.
Hello.
Green.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then what is on this? So thank you. What is on written on this other wire?
Sadness.
So with what is your fear connected?
Fear is bad.
Yes, thank you. What
Fear
else?
is covered from sadness. With sadness.
And Sandra, you also said something else before. Fear is dangerous,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it shakes me. Fear shakes me. Shakes.
Yes.
I've fear to show my fear.
Fear is a stop sign.
Fear is uncomfortable.
What are the others finding? With what did you wire your fear?
Freeze and hold it in. Don't share.
Freeze, and somehow it comes uninitiated.
Yes. And you don't, and you hold.
Fear is not, I don't like to show it. It's not showing up.
Connected to not safe.
Yes.
Yes, there's also danger.
Okay.
There are different wires actually.
Yes. There can be several wires. The question is this connection give you power? And it
No.
is not. Actually, this connection you have right now is not giving you the power. So the next step is to cut off this connection. You can use a scissors, a knife. Look what is beside your chair, what instruments you have. And take whatever you need to cut the wire from the fear wire and make a sound. So it is really done. And you keep the fear wire in one hand and the other one you can let go. So give me a sign when you hold in your hand this red wire with the name fear. Okay. Good. So what is, you are now look for another wire in your head. And which color does the second wire need to have that matches exactly the red fear wire?
Black.
Red one.
So
I know it's red, but the first word I had was black. Don't know why.
yes. So I ask again, which color you search for, which color needs the second wire to have, you will connect to your fear wire.
Red.
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 Right.
Yes, thank you. So now look for this second red wire in your head and pull it out. And then look at this second red wire and look what is written on this wire.
Fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fear.
Fear is fear.
Yes. Anything else?
Fear is creative.
Useful.
Fear is possibility.
So
Fear brings love.
Fear is for the unknown.
so there are different, to make it very clear for your being, you decide that you connect your fear wire with the other fear wire. So that at the end you have the fear is fear.
Please repeat the first sentence you said, or the first two.
Yes. So you hold in your hand now two wires. One is the red fear wire you got from the first part. You separated that from an old belief or an something that doesn't give you the whole power. And on your other hand, it is also it is like another story. And in the other hand, you hold now also a red wire, which is also written on fear. So you have both the pure fear wires. And these you put now together. And maybe, yes, you sew it, you glue it. So, and
Make the sounds. Yeah.
and then make sure that it is that it holds on. Maybe you can pull it a little bit. You stretch it a little bit so you are sure this wiring holds on. And what is the definition now? Fear is
Fear.
Fear.
Yes,
Here.
yes. And you can repeat that.
Fear is fear.
Fear
And
is fear.
Yes.
Fear
and
is fear.
yes, fear.
great. Let it sink. Yeah. And then you can pull it, put your new wires back into your scalp. Alice, could you say what did you rewire?
Yes, I rewired love. Love is love.
Okay.
Thank you.
So then you close your scalp, close the zipper, and wash your hands. And take a deep breath. And maybe you want to put some golden cream to support the healing of this new wiring. And then open slowly your eyes and come back. And now we will go for a test. And I let my fear speaking, and I ask you, Sandra, for imagine yourself. You are in the rainforest and you meet people from the rainforest. Use your fear to tell them about what is fear.
Yeah, and there's a sound in the back. I don't know where it comes from. The voices or something like that. Yeah. Fear is if you feel fear, it's only an energy in your body, and it's it goes through you, and it's like having energy for something, and yeah, and it's power for you, and it's amazing because yeah, it warms you up in the face, and yeah, and you can speak of the unknown, if you like, and and it's great to meet you here, and to see you in the big.
How do you do that? How do you do that? Speaking from the unknown, Sandra.
Yes, it's coming out of my heart that there's a big image where I see these people who are standing in front of me and who are afraid to see me in the forest and who don't know me and who are in fact there are
What did you say? Can you say it again? The last word? Did not get you.
First they were looking at me with big eyes, and but then they realized that I don't attack them and that I'm friendly and and I like to see them and to get in contact with them, and and it's a big group, and it's really great to see them and to
Katrin. Time.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. Keep it moving.
Sandra, you choose the next person and give them, or give this person a task to do. It can be something completely different. It needs to be out, but it needs to be with speaking.
Yeah. Sydney, if you will see your mother, what are you telling her about fear the next time?
Fear is fear. And in this culture, we make up a lot of stories about it being good or bad or right or wrong. And we really love to make stories that it's dangerous or uncomfortable or scary. And we even grow up in this culture that all kinds of things really help us to believe that story. Movies and books and just stories that continue on, and it's fear is just fear. Fear is an energy that lives in our body, and we can utilize this energy to create more possibilities, to know more about what we care about, what's important to us, what we're longing for, what it can connect us to our intuition. And it really is this, and is for us and for more possibilities and more discovery. And we just get to learn how to be with it differently. And so I've been using this new wiring. There's been a new wiring within me of just fear is fear, which helps me to not make any stories about it.
Thank you. Will you pass it on?
That's not a question, Katrin.
Would you pass it on?
Pass it on, please.
Please.
Who's next?
Alice.
And what's her task, Sydney?
I am
What? Give her an
about to
identity.
give her an identity.
Yeah, who is she? Like,
Yes. Alice, you are surrounded by children who are wanting to know more about fear, and they're asking you, what is fear?
Okay. So I'm saying to these children, like
no.
I'm
Just talk, Alice. Not you. You don't explain us what you will do and talk to them. Talk to them. We are the children.
okay.
Go ahead.
So maybe you have experienced fear in the night. You were dreaming about things and monsters, and maybe when it was dark and you have been alone. And are you familiar with this feeling? You know what I'm talking about? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So maybe you were even looking under your bed, and you were shaking and maybe screaming and crying for your parents, and you had this sensation in your body, like what can I do? And maybe you were even shaking and feeling lonely. And next day you woke up and you still were okay. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So that was an experience of fear. And I just want to know you, like, so that you know for the next time, you can just rest in it and just allow what you're feeling. You don't need to suppress it. You can just be with it. And you could check under your bed, is there a monster? Or if it occurs to you, you can even speak.
Thank you, Alice. The time is over. You please
Thank
pass
you.
it on. And
Yes.
the task doesn't need to be only to speak about fear. It can be completely be something different, something non-linear.
Yeah. Sarah,
Yes.
will you please share with us what's your culture?
Yes. My culture is to be with nature. To be with nature in the woods. And say hello to the trees. And maybe sometimes to say sorry that so many of them must have gone because of some decisions. And I want to connect with trees, with my fear. And I also want to feel.
Sarah, open your eyes.
Yeah.
Like, we are here. We are listening.
Yeah. My culture is to share feeling fear 100%. To check in and sense in every part of my body the fear and see somebody else doing the same. To see fear, and this connects to all 5 bodies. So nobody has resistance to be with another in the same time. same place. Just being together.
It's fine. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
To who do you pass?
Yes, I pass to Volker. And you have a client sitting in front of you, and you're getting the teacher in you comes up. What will you do?
I will feel my fear. And it is different now. Yes, I can look at my client and I can hold
Sarah,
on.
Volker,
Yes.
this invitation is not really working. Do you see that? Like it's about opening an improvisation space. And now Volker is talking about it. You see? The invitation would probably, like, you're sitting in front of a client, and then what are you doing? And what are you telling this person? While you're noticing that you're going into teacher mode.
Okay.
Why am I noticing I'm going into teacher mode?
Mm-hmm. This
I'm
was her
noticing,
experiment.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm noticing when I go into teacher mode, when I feel I'm not connected anymore. I feel that I come into a superiority as like I am the one who wants to learn something in this in this person in front of me.
You're sitting in front, Volker. Like, I'm the person. Look at me. Talk to me.
Yes. I feel like I feel my fear. I feel my fear, and I want to just be with you. I feel how I want to disconnect, and I just want to be here. I want to be present. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to be with you, and I want to hold the space for you, for a journey you want to go. I want to know
Katrin,
where
I think,
are
no?
you at the moment?
Okay, thank you, Volker. Which task are you giving to Scott?
And make it as really high level fun, Volker.
Huh?
It's not a burden. Like this game, it's really interesting to see, like, oh my gosh, it's fear in this space, and the the intensity of, like, wow, it's dramatic. It's almost dramatic in this space. That's improvisation theater. This is how you can create life. So something fun for Scott.
Scott,
Great.
you're on a safari.
Yay.
You're on a
I want to hear
safari,
that.
and you are on a boat, and suddenly you see yourself surrounded by crocodiles. What are you doing?
Wow, look at those crocodiles. Okay, they're getting a little bit closer to me and I'm getting a little more afraid. I'm feeling fear right now because there's crocodiles everywhere. I love crocodiles, but they are getting closer and my fear is actually telling me that I need to be aware, to alert, to pay attention. There's crocodiles that could eat me here. So I'm going to stay in this boat. I'm not going to swim as I was once going to swim across this safari river. So I'm just going to stay on this boat. I'm going to go a little bit faster now, just a little bit faster. We're moving in. Yeah.
How do you do that? Like this? Are you paddling
Yes.
or you have a motor thing? Okay.
Yes. I've got an emergency motor, but I try to just do it by hand first.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. We are through, right?
Yes.
Amazing.
You are missing, Christina.
Give me a prompt, Scott.
A prompt to
Whatever.
who?
To me or to
Oh, to you.
Katrin.
Okay.
Katrin
Great.
was. Go ahead.
Okay. You are a preacher in a mega church, and you have a lot of like celebrities and presidents and some of the most leadership people in the world in the front rows of your church, and you're about to give a sermon.
People, stand up and pray with me. Today, we gonna become Mother Earth. Close your eyes, all together. Close your eyes over there. Yes, also in the first row. Put your phone away. Put your phone away. Concentrate. Yeah, exactly this. Close your eyes and then relax. Relax your shoulders and then create a grounding cord from your center, which is a bit, when you go to the belly button into the towards the spine, there is your physical center. It's your balance point. From there, you connect directly to Gaia. This is your prayer today. You're not going up in the sky. You go down into the earth and you make direct connection with Mother Earth. Okay, I'm going to count up to 3 and then everyone creates with a big clap a grounding cord. All of you, I want to that we are blowing the roof off with this clap. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yay. Thank you.
I want to go to that church.
What?
I want to go to that church.
Yes, amazing. Great, me too. Yeah, so we're shifting into the next space.
And I cannot do the breakout rooms. Will you give me some?
Yeah, I
or will
already
you do them?
I
Okay.
already created them. They're already
Great.
open.
Good.
So we have 3 breakouts and they don't need to be all filled, but the option is energetic block removal and feeling cycle and mind machine. And who wants to be a client for a mind machine?
Sydney.
Okay, so you already know that you have a mind machine going on, right? Okay, great. We can also make 2 rooms and do parallel two changes. Okay. And who wants to hold space for the mind machine? Rewiring,
I do.
bypassing. Okay, Scott. And you also, okay, so there are 2 space holders and 4 people who wants to have a mind machine removal. That's
So I
not
can
really
do
one.
the exchange. So I was raising my hand before
Both
and
times.
after.
Great. Scott, you too?
No.
Space holding?
Space holding, yes. And you have a mind machine? No.
No,
Going
not
on?
that I'm aware
No,
of.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So, I don't know.
Alice,
Please, I
Alice,
need
what
group intelligence. It's a
yeah,
non-linear process now.
I
Like
want
who
to know
matches
from
with who?
Alice what she wants to do. What are you interested in?
I want either be a co-space holder for the mind machine or be with someone in the feeling cycle.
Is there anyone else who would go for a feeling cycle?
What do you
As a
mean?
client.
Yeah, Alice, can you
Like as an
specific?
exchange, I propose.
Okay,
I would hold space for the feeling cycle. Yeah.
Yes. Are you also open to an exchange?
No.
Okay.
okay, great. So there's already a match. Sandra will hold space for Alice, and then we will see if something else will come. That you will hold space, or but then you experienced it and you can hold space for it. And Sandra, you already did this, right?
Yeah, I did it twice in a lab.
Perfect.
Great.
And everyone who wants to learn, that is a super opportunity because Sandra already did it twice. To be a co-space holder and be in the space and to be with her there when she's holding space for Alice. Great.
I have a question about what's about to happen. So are we doing just one process? Are we exchanging? I'm not
That's up
quite
to
sure.
you. That's up to you.
Okay, so I said that I wanted to receive a mind machine, so I'm doing that now, and then I will choose after that what I do,
Yeah.
if I am a client again or if I'm holding space in that process or a different process.
Yes. You can then ask, for example, if you would be with Sarah in this space, she holds space for you for the mind machine process. When you're finished, you can hop into the next room and be there for also space holding and be a witness, or you can go into and check if there's another opportunity, another possibility, or you can ask Sarah, what about doing a feeling cycle? Right?
I don't know both of these processes. I
It
did
was
none
Sandra.
before. Okay.
It was Sandra who would do
Okay, Sandra.
the feeling cycle. Is anyone interested in block removal?
Yes,
It
also.
seems- Okay.
I think block removal is quite a long process, isn't it? Or
No,
can be.
it can
No?
be when it's during a big EHP, but actually you can. It's so important that you learn how to hold space. And of course, you're then the client and or offering yourself as a client, but the main focus is to hold space for it. And probably when you search for a block, you will find a block.
Mhm.
Yeah. And a proposal could be, Katrin, that you would hold space for a block removal. And then Sydney and Sarah, you're both in the space. Like one of you is the client, and then you see how it works. And then you can change, and Katrin becomes the co-space holder, like the coach. And then you have both ways. Does that work?
Yes.
Cool. So Sydney and Sarah are in the energetic block. Mind Machine is Scott and Volker. Does I get it right? And Sandra and Alice is Feeling Cycle.
Yes.
Wow. First I thought it was so complicated. I'm opening the spaces, and on your bar there, there's somewhere the breakouts, and you can go on your own there. You don't get an invitation. It's only that there are 3 spaces. I named it with Energetic Block, Feeling Cycle, Mind Machine, and you go on your own inside there. And Katrin will be in the Energetic Block, and I will hop from Feeling Cycle to Mind Machine.
And
And how long is the
Yeah.
same question?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long is the overall time? Like, will you get us back, or are we in charge of the time?
We are meeting at 7:50, like 5 minutes before we are closing. We are meeting in the main room. So you have all together in this open space about an hour.
Yes.
1 hour, 3 minutes. No,
Great.
not even 58 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
And once we're complete with the process, like for Volker and I, since it's just 2 of us, is there a prompt or suggestion of what to do next?
You can hop into another space and say, like in the Feeling Cycle, because you're interested to also learn about that. And then when you're there, you figure out maybe it's just the process is closing with one person and say, I want to be next, or you are there observing how the coach is holding space, and you give support and co-hold it and learn, or close your eyes and also do the same thing and be a second client, even, like observing how is it going.
Okay, thank you.
Rapid learning possible. Cool, super. So then have fun. And you can use your scripts. There are process descriptions if you don't know what to do. There are scripts I sent you. They are in the group chat and on the homepage. You can also just read it there and go through it if you are unsure. It's about practicing. It's not about being perfect. Especially you, Volker. It's not about being perfect, right?
Okay.
Right.
I see you in the space.
Spaces are open.
So I go into my machine.
Mm.
Christina, I have a question.
Yes.
I already started guiding him through the process, but Do
Yeah.
we need to discern what mind machine is at play before starting the process?
No, because he will tell you
No. Okay. Thank you.
during the process.
Okay,
He
take
will
one more
tell you.
deep.
Yeah, go.
Okay. Volker, take one more deep breath, relaxing and focusing. And right in front of you is a sink for you to wash your hands to prepare for this operation, this surgery. With soap and water and everything to sterilize your hands so you can do this surgery properly.
And I know, Scott, I know that you're like having your script and super okay. Stay connected with your heart to heart connection to Volker.
Okay.
It's not needed that I check out what it is. Yeah, I know it, and then it's enough.
Scott,
Will you
if
say
you
that
did
again,
not,
Volker?
yes.
I did not hear you.
I know my mind machine kind of. We were doing this a little bit, exploring about it in the 3 cell for 10 minutes, but I mean it's not so completely clear for me. Is it in this process not necessary to check more about it, or is it just I know there is something and then I wire it around?
As long as you have a hint of it, we can work with it. We can discover more along the way.
Oh, oh.
Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, I feel fear.
Great.
Okay. Shake your hands dry after washing them.
Scott, did you hear what he said before?
Which part?
Like he said,
Uh,
I feel fear. Did you hear that?
yes, I did hear him say that.
Okay. This is like it's about because especially when he has his eyes closed going into the process, like, yes, great. You know, this is how it goes. You will need your fear to do that. And then you are staying in connection. And you let it slip, and then he is there alone, and then you're with your script. Stay with
Yeah.
him, and then go to your script as soon as you know you're connected. First first the connection, and then the script. Yeah?
Yes, okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yes, Volker, you'll need your fear. So stay with your fear. Okay, take another deep breath.
Skip the okay from now on.
Reach up with both of your hands near the top of your head. And there's a zipper near one ear of your head. Find the little zipper and then use both hands and use your strength and your energy to pull the zipper open, opening up the top front of your head. Excellent. Yes, make the sounds.
Be even more precise. Use your anger.
Now lift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you said
And using your
energy.
anger, lift up on your head, like opening the hood of a car, opening a lid to a chest.
Be gentle.
And be gentle. This is
This is
a
your
precious part of yourself.
Yeah.
This is your brain.
It's not a fantasy. It's really happening on an energetic level.
So it wasn't
Yes.
about me to use my anger.
Say that again, Volker.
I'm not hearable.
No, not so well.
Better? Is it better now?
A little. Just go ahead and try.
Okay. So I heard use your anger. So then I took it to me from Christina, but obviously she didn't mean me. So I go back
You
to
did great, Volker, using your anger. That was for you to use your anger to open.
so now I'm really confused because I used my anger and then suddenly I was supposed to be gentle. So, but it's anyway open now.
It's not a contradictory, Volker.
All right. Hmm. Okay. Yes.
Like that was an information a meter level for you as a coach. Right? Okay, go ahead. And I'm addressing from now on, I'm addressing Scott instead of you. Like I'm not talking to you, Volker.
All right.
Okay. Volker, start to look for the mind machine. This open brain here. It looks like a little box.
Yes, it's here.
You see it.
Mm-hmm. Take this
Okay.
out. Yeah, it's here.
On the count of three, Volker, say out loud where this mind machine box has been located. 1, 2, 3.
Here in front. Yeah, so my brain is here. It's here in front, between brain and mouth.
Between your brain and your mouth.
Yes, it's like on my forehead, inside my forehead, really behind my, what is it, my forehead.
In your forehead. Yes.
Behind my forehead, yes.
Thank you. Take another deep breath, Volker. Now notice the connections between your ears and the mind machine box.
I mean my mouth. It's
In your
between
mouth.
yes, okay.
Are there any other connections?
I make a little pause, Scott. There are two mind machine positions. One is between the ear, the information comes in, then there's the box, and then it goes into the brain. His thing is not so common, but it's between the brain and the mouth. So, like, as soon as he gets the information, it first goes into his brain, but then it goes into a mind machine, and then before he speaks, it's transformed. This is what he said.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
that
there are
makes
two
sense.
options.
Okay.
So that's why the question is not working, what you just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so reach in, Volker, and move aside things so that you can expose the connections to this box.
Yeah, the box is here. Here's one connection to the brain, and here's one which goes down to my mouth.
To your right is a workbench with your tools. Take a look at your tools there and reach in and grab some wire snippers, wire cutters.
Yeah.
and snip off the wires.
I snip off
From the
both
input.
wires.
Yes, the input and the output.
Oh, mm.
From the brain to
So-
the box and from the box to the mouth. And make the sounds.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. So now with one hand, take the wire that comes from your brain.
Yes, this.
Yes. And using your tools, grab the wire strippers and just neaten up the edge of that wire a little bit to make good contact.
Yes. That is it.
Okay. Now find the wire that goes to your mouth and grab that with the other hand. And
Mhm.
and take the tool and clean up the edge of that wire, preparing it for solid, good contact.
Yes, that is it.
Okay, and when you're ready, great. And when you're ready, using your tools, solder these
Right.
wires together for a nice, solid connection. When you're done, place your tools back if you haven't already. Now test with both hands, pull on this wire, make sure it's strong and it'll stay connected.
I pulled it a little bit more.
What you didn't know, because it would be good to know what mind machine is it actually, you know. So this would be the leastest point where you would ask, like, what are you bypassing actually? Like, what are you? One step before would have fitted even better. It's like, okay,
Yes.
there you have it. What is it about? What is the mind machine about? How is it transforming what comes from the brain?
Yeah. I think next time I'd have that conversation before we even start the process and just get really clear.
Yeah, and it's like you can have have the conversation before, and then in the process, it's good just to say it shortly. Okay, be clear. What are you bypassing now? Are you ready to let that go?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's even you're emphasizing the conscious choice because he can also rebuild it again if he wants to. He can say, "Oh, look, I was much happier before." Then he can just rewire it again. It's not
Right.
so often happening, but
It's a little late though to ask that now, right?
yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you
so just
do
move
you
forward.
know do you know any case where it happened?
No, but you still need to
Ah,
offer the chance, right? Because it's
yes,
about, it's
right,
not, this
true.
is the right thing.
Yes,
We don't know. It's about
yes.
radical responsibility.
So in my mind machine, there is a lot of fog and confusion. So if I want to talk, then everything is blurring away and confusion appears and this I am and I can see it even. There is some fog in this machine, like this, yeah. Yes, this is what I was bypassing them.
Okay. Thank you, Volker.
And now the
So
wire cooled down, it's stable now.
great. Okay, so now go ahead and wrap it with some electrical tape. to cover
Yes,
up
okay.
the repair you did on the wire.
Mhm.
And grab your jar of healing cream on your work table. A golden cream.
Does it have to be
And
golden?
it does not, I'm realizing that. So on the count of 3, say the color that it is. 1, 2, 3.
Green. Mine is
Green.
green.
Thank you.
So I put it on. Somehow it feels a bit weird to put it directly on the brain. But probably it's sterilized. So
I see that. Okay. Go ahead and zip your zipper of your brain with the
So-
sound.
Yes.
And now rub your green cream over that zipper.
Mhm.
And as a hint, sometimes it's also, especially when people are kind of brainy and think, oh, it's so, what I'm doing here. Like you can invite to smell the cream. It's like, what smell does it have? And it's like, oh, lavender. Oh, wow. Yes, great. And so to make the experience really bigger.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's little things.
Take a deep breath. And when you're ready, wash your hands, Volker, and shake them dry.
Mm. Yeah.
And whenever you're ready, open your eyes. Congratulations on your brain surgery.
Thank you very much.
And then you would check simple questions and see his response. Because if it works, it's instantly. Like the circuits are fast because it's not going through this fog, he said, like fog and confusion. And quite simple questions. What is your birthday? Where are you living? What?
Yeah,
Something like this.
thank you. Volker, what work do you do?
I'm a photographer and I do different other jobs.
How old are you?
53. And I feel that there is maybe some other machine in my ears, between my ears, because I feel there is a kind of stress or delay.
Thank you.
You can check it out.
Yeah,
Yes.
what is this machine?
Yeah.
What type of machine is it? I heard you say delay. Will you check that out further?
Yes, it feels like there's a little delay. Yeah. And yeah, a delay and blurs a bit. And then this machine, which I
bypass?
bypassed, was more about me talking to people, in front of people. So it's not so much about this bypass, this direct connection, but about my situation to talk in front of people or in front of someone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. Super. What is your
Will you write that
proposal,
in your
Scott?
yeah, will you write that in your beat book for future processes and
Yes,
surgeries?
that there is still a delay. Yes. Yes. Thanks.
Great.
And are you noticing a difference with the other mind machine being gone, the one that you disconnected when you speak?
Yeah, I look at you. I mean, I cannot really say it yet, or I don't know. I feel my fear, and so I did these two processes, and I feel my fear, and fear is fear, and I'm sitting here in front of you. And I don't have a topic now, but I still feel a kind of confusion coming up. But also I feel
Jumping further.
You just missed. We
What
just finished.
Okay. Where's Sydney?
She went out, and I don't know. I thought maybe the line was broken. And I just checked. She didn't went into another session. So maybe she is with Scott in the space.
No, I'm coming just out there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna check. Maybe she wrote something. No.
So I will
Ah.
also go to the feeling cycle then.
Great. I'm writing Sydney.
Okay. And did Volker and Scott
No, they did not. They I think they're just finished, and I don't think that they are switching.
okay.
Maybe now he decides, because Scott had not mind machine,
Yeah.
or he did not wanted to work on.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
No words. Mhm. Yes, all the way. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Also allow the sounds, even if you do them in the towel. Yeah. Yeah. Let it get as big as it is, the fear.
Yes, I want to, but there's
this makes it easier for me to get a connection. And it's great to work together to work on transformation. Because yeah, for me it's easier to open my heart even. Now it's easier to open my heart to have a heart-to-heart connection as to women, because I also have this fear of being yeah, I have to deliver something, or I have to be I'm in a
Would you describe how is fear, Volker? How is it to open your heart easier? Like, how is it? Speak from there.
It's I feel vulnerable and I feel sad and I feel safe at the same time. Or I have my own, yeah, I don't know what kind of this safety it is. It's also fear. It's not, I don't know what it is, what is there, but I feel also sadness. I feel sadness, or it's just a warmth from my heart, which I can send to you. Scott.
Thank you. Scott, I
Thank
think
you.
it's time to wrap it up, or like to shift into the next space, because you're just you're still checking if the mind machine worked, or like the bypassing, right? Do I
Mhm.
get it right? Okay,
Yes, exactly.
great. I think
Thank
it's
you,
a kind of
Volker. Great surgery and work today.
my German box wants to say something. Like the name Volker is like a F. It's not a V, like Volkswagen
Ah,
or something. It's Volker. It's like what is it?
ah.
Foundation, fundament, or something. It's Volker.
Okay.
That's my German box
Thank
speaking.
Volker.
Hello,
It'll take me
Sine.
a minute, but
Great.
Volker.
Hello.
Volker.
But I'm very much used to, so I don't care actually.
I told you it's my German box.
Yes.
Great. Who's next in this mind machine transformational space? Sandra, you're
I
muted.
just want to speak that I'm here because my hotspot was working and I could not get back onto the call, so I'm joining Scott.
Thank you for your non-linear possibility.
I would like to be a client here in this space.
Who else wants to hold space for a mind
I would like to be
machine?
coached.
You?
I can hold space.
Was it a you, Scott,
Oh,
again,
who
or
was?
was it a question?
I was asking who wants to be the space
Who?
holder.
It was cutted. Okay.
I want to observe this.
So I would then I go into it, yeah.
Great. Super.
Hello, Sandra.
Hello, Volker.
Are you centered, grounded, bubbled?
Yes,
My grounding cord is white, lila. What's your color? What's the
mine
color?
is black surrounded with brown.
Thank you. So I heard you want to bypass a mind machine.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about the mind machine?
Yes, sometimes if a question comes close to me, then I'm not answering the question directly. I make it a lot of bigger, and I'm ausholen. Yeah, I say
Yeah,
something more. Yeah. So
yeah. You're not really answering the question, but you make a story around it, or how would you explain? Is it do you blur the way, or is it
yeah, I don't know. I don't use my feelings. I describe a lot what I've
Or is it? Mhm.
erlebt. Yeah, I've
Experienced.
experienced. Yeah, and yeah,
So it sounds more like a concept form that you are already talking to about something what you already experienced, and there's an automatic system which brings the answer. Is it like that? That you are saying something what you're not think about, or what's not from the question, but you bring something which is already there, a kind of concept what you already bring about this question. You have an idea what you have to say.
yes, a bit, and yeah, sometimes I don't know what the beginning was, and then I realize that I have to answer the question at the end. Yeah, so I have to come to the first, and first I think I have to ausholen, to say more about, and don't come to the point of it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it about explaining?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I would, Volker, like check
Yes.
the possibilities with her. Is it like this? Is it that? Is it? And you have the 9 different mind machines, and she
I
already
only
shrinked it
use
down
5.
to. She shrinked it down to maybe 2. Like you say, okay, there's this. What was it? Complexifying? I don't know. Like I. What I heard is that she's over speaking, like data dump it is called in the file. Like she starts to explain herself and makes it bigger and bigger and bigger. This is what I heard. But check with her. It's like, okay, are you speaking a lot? Are you explaining? It's like it's important to have the mind machines. Like I have also a list here. I don't know them all, but I have the list and I can check what are the ingredients for this specific mind machine, and then test it. You're doing
Yes, I
great.
only have this 5 from I go now. I'm now on the website, but I didn't read this. There are quite some big, yeah.
Yeah.
Data dump, complexity,
Mm-hmm.
the wiper. I don't even know what it is.
The wiper is like
It will wipe
wiping away. It's like
Okay.
cleaning out. Like chick, it's gone. Nothing happened. Questions did not arrive.
It's
And it
yeah.
sounds a bit like a data dump, a
Yeah.
stream of explanation, a stream of informations, and then
Yes.
only at the end she gets what is the curve? Like
Yeah.
gets to the point back.
Yeah.
Something.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes. All right.
check with her.
Is it that you have to tell a lot until you can come to the conclusion what you want to say to
Yes.
the answer?
Yes. Yeah.
And in between you know what you're saying? Is it that you know what you're saying, or is it more that you have to say all these to make sense?
Yes, to make sense. Yeah. And to make sense, and then I know what I'm saying, but sometimes I don't know what the first point was that I lost.
Mhm.
Yeah. And but sometimes I remember, and then I can't remember the first thing. Yeah. And yeah.
Mhm. So there is also a little bit of complexity that you have to be understood.
Yes, too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Often I don't think that the person, the human beings understand me, and so I have to
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
explain me, and yeah.
Yes. Yes. There's a lot of there is a complexity in you, and you have to make sure that these is understood by everyone, by the person who asked the question.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you. Then this is one is this complexity and one is this data dump. That there's just there's a lot of what you want to say about it.
Yeah.
So, okay, do you want to do the surgery about it? Do you want to do a mind surgery?
Yes.
Okay. So then I invite you to become comfortable while you're
Volker, keep in
sitting.
mind you have 20 minutes until we are shifting
yes.
into the main room. Like keep
Okay.
it.
So if it comes, sit comfortable on your chair.
Back, I can see myself going through the process afterwards, and it lands much deeper then. Great.
Thank you. Yeah. So normally there would be a second round,
Okay.
and I want to choose another breakout session now.
Yes. And I have 1 or 2 questions about this process, and I can also ask them to Katrin and Christine.
Okay. Yes.
Alice, where do you want to go? Because
to the mind machine.
okay. There's Sandra. No, Volker is holding space for Sandra, and Sydney and Scott are there as like coaches or like observer
Okay.
and learning.
So maybe we could
You could
switch
also
this
shift.
room.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can use this
Okay.
room and do also a
Ah.
mind machine or whatever, because it's just you. They stay until 20 minutes until we are shifting into the main room. They stay in this space.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Whatever you
Great.
want to transform this, go ahead and do that.
Yeah. So I'm for sure I have a mind machine and I'm not aware of it. So
Yes,
I
I
was
also.
okay.
I lost my questions, so we can start. Maybe come back later. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I wanted to be either the client or like observing and learning as a coach in the space. Yes, like because I'm not coming from a place where I can say, okay, I have this machine and now I want to work on it. Like
I checked in with my 3-cell this morning, and everyone did a small process about 10 minutes, and I maybe got one. Yeah.
So
And
what
I'm
about,
okay
yeah.
to go in the process and find it out.
Yeah, there's only time for one mind machine process now. And this is also recorded, of course. Or you can also record. I'm giving you also no, I think you can.
I could, yes.
You could, right? Okay. That you can check how on and learn afterwards, Sarah, because
Yes.
then Alice is holding space now. And at the same time, keep your attention and your focus within your process, but also put the observer, like your coach observer, there, so that you learn on different levels. That's the invitation.
Okay.
Cool. Super. I'm staying here and I'm supporting you.
so Sarah is holding space for me, is that accurate?
No, you're holding space for Sarah, right? This is how I got it.
Okay, so yes, and I have never done the process myself. So
Did you read the script?
Yes,
the
and it's
process.
already some days ago. I feel fear, like of not knowing how.
I
And
would
I
not,
have,
yeah, I
Mhm.
would not do it if you like. Scott was reading step by step, and it's a practice space.
Yes.
And Katrin and I, we can support you, or
Yeah.
Katrin is jumping on to the next space. Like we are there and giving distinctions and possibilities and more preciseness, because it's not about reading the script. It's about you having the connection to Sarah.
Mhm,
That's the
mhm.
first
Yes.
thing, and then the second step is you have the script.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do it.
Great, super.
Okay.
And
I'm going into the other space.
yeah, and the time span is 15 minutes, so that you have
But
that.
in 15 minutes, the
We are-
people will be already out. I thought we will meet in 9 minutes. So we have 5
Oh,
minutes.
That
oh,
is
you're
correct.
so
Yeah.
right. You're so
Mhm.
right. Okay, you're so right. Thank you for.
Does it make sense
Okay.
to start this?
I would say yes, and because the process in itself, it's quite fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if not, you go as far as you come, because it's about practicing to hold space for the process, even you're not finishing it.
I don't want to stay with an open head.
Yeah. Of course.
Yes.
Of course. But it's not like you can even open and then close, and you did not make the bypass, for example.
Okay.
But then you would make an agreement and say, hey, let's meet tomorrow for 20 minutes, and then you can do the whole process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So start here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Close your eyes, Sarah. Take a deep breath.
Yes.
And then, yeah, go to your surgery room. Maybe it's already familiar to you. Maybe you have already been there. And enter the surgery room, the cabinet.
One moment. I'm not sure that I really figured out this, so I can tell everything, but I'm not sure is it a mind machine. So I want to give you a little context.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, I figured out that somebody's telling me something which gets in my mind as a judgment. There is this disconnecting thing in my head. It's like I hear the sentence come and I see it like letters in front of me, but I'm not able to answer. There are no arguments, there's nothing. I feel like hidden from this sentence, and I need time to be alone, and then it comes up, and then I have the possibility to really get what she said and what I think about. But in this moment, when I feel like judged or doing wrong, yeah, there is this fog, and I just lose it. I'm waiting for something which gets my attention, and then I pick it up, and it is like it was never said before.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. What I'm
Mhm.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what I'm
Mhm.
what I'm hearing is that someone would say something to you which you perceive as a judgment,
Yes.
and then there's a time delay, and you are in the fog, and
Yes.
as if it wasn't even said.
Yes.
You actually wait until something else distracts you and catches your attention,
Yes.
and then you need alone time to figure things out. Like you wouldn't have an argument or any words with this person.
Yes, it's like I put it on the sentence is somewhere laying around, and then after a while it pops up, and then I really can get it what she said and
Mhm.
what I think about.
And where is it lying? Can you say more about this? Can you describe it? The sentence.
Yes, it's like falling in an aquarium
Mm-hmm.
and going down. And when I'm able to watch this room, I see it laying there, and what's that? And then, oh fuck, what she said to me, and I feel blamed that I could not give an answer, an accurate answer, or even said a bolder. Yeah.
So the sentence is drowning in an aquarium.
Yes.
It's lying there. And
Yeah,
later
like
you can-
swampy water. Yes.
In swampy water.
Yes.
Okay. How big
And
is
what does
it?
and what does it do with her? It's like the thing is almost like there's a mind machine and there's a technology attached. Like, okay, put the sentence into the swampy water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but what are the consequences? This is the focus of the mind machine. Are the like for you as a researcher, you're checking what are the consequences. Like the delay is the consequence. You know, that's why we say time delay. This is the title of the mind machine, or that's the fog. That's the consequence. It's not the technology. What she like when she puts the sentence into to the smoke. No, what
Swampy
sulfige,
water.
swampy water.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the how. But what are the consequences? This is
Yeah.
what you want to find out. And what you say, there's delay, there's fog, maybe also something wiping away.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a mixture. What? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So
And this is what you want to find out, right? And totally also how she does it. But the important thing is like, what is the consequence of the machine? Because this is what you can ask. Because the next thing is you ask, okay, but does that serve you? You know, is it empowering you? And then it's not you are not asking for the empowerment about the sentence she puts in the swampy water, but you're asking, does it empower you to have such a delay? Does it
Yeah.
empower you that you have such a fog? Right?
Yeah.
Then that's the navigation towards the mind machine.
Okay.
Super.
Yeah. Thank you.
You have 2 more minutes, so we will not start the process, but that's it's super important. Yeah.
And to finish it at this point, Sarah, can you tell me what's the consequence?
Yes, of course. It saves me from trouble, because if I would in this situation, it would be dangerous to be in contact, because we get trouble. Yeah.
It saves you
I
from
have to go to defense, and may I blame her also?
What else?
It keeps me safe. And I think I have it installed it when I was younger, and I had trouble with my mother. So sometimes I was able to go with her in a conflict, and sometimes I was not. And then I just shut out and went away. Or there are authority persons. Yeah. Who blamed me for doing something.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I heard it kept you safe.
You have
And
50 seconds. Do you see that? It would be good to say this, Alice, because Sarah has her eyes closed. So I'm going
yeah, I
out.
just wanted to
Yeah,
like complete it for her.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. You
I
talk
heard that
up.
we're to the feelings room. Feeling.
Would you say it again, Scott? I did not. What is with the feelings room?
Oh, I was told to go to the other breakout room of the feelings, whatever it's called, the other process.
No, we
But
are
I'm not
going.
able to.
We are here in the main room. We are wrapping it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because we said we are leaving 5 to 8, so we have now 5 minutes to close the nonlinear open space session. Are we complete? Yes.
Awesome.
Like one screen is missing, but there are 2 person on there. Okay. Any goals what you discovered in the last hour? As a coach, as a client, as an kind of a witness, but yeah, as a coach.
Yeah, for me, I just experienced like it was the first time that I started to hold space for a mind machine surgery. And what was new to me was that it's more about what's the consequence? What are you doing? And not so much, like at least at this stage of the process, it was not so much about how do you do it. I wanted it to immediately jump to the how are you doing it and describe it in detail, but it was more what's the consequence?
Is it because it is not a mimetic construct that you don't go so deep in this process and watch it details?
Who do you ask?
You.
Your team. Okay. Like the most important thing is that you have the purpose of the mind machine. Because this is what you're then referring to. It's like, okay, does this purpose still serve you? It's delaying your answer, it's giving you a fog, confusion, wiping questions out of your head. It's like, oh, nothing happened. Like, does that empower you? And this is this is where you have the leverage point then. And of course, you can ask, how do you do that? How is this fog created? Or how do you make the delay? And then explore this a bit. But then it's still like the delay is the purpose. Yeah.
And those are 2 machines, is that accurate? Like the fog and the delay would be 2 different.
I would check. Can be packed in one. Yeah.
Okay.
And you, you could have all 9. It's possible to have all 9.
I don't think so. And maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Like I never saw someone having 9 mind machines. And we are so creative survival experts that you don't know. Maybe there are even more mind machines.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else? 1 minute till we are closing and you're jumping into the next amazing space.
Yes, maybe somebody could bring in the chat the Zoom.
The what?
Which we need, Zoom address, which we need for the next. Yes, I'm not prepared. and I'm asking somebody to send it on
It's,
this chat.
I think I pinned it in the group,
Yes,
in the other group, but I'm
thank you.
I would just say, I want to say that I realize the importance of memorizing the script, so I'm not reading it so much. I'm really going to memorize it just so I can be more present with the client. And something else I noticed is in the future, it's important to discern what the mind machine is and the purpose earlier on. I kind of just went into the process without being clear on what mind machine it was, and then I realized later I didn't know, and it wasn't really the most ideal timing. So the sense I'm getting is to find that early on, so we know what we're working with, what process, the mind, the rewiring of the mind machine, like we know which one we're rewiring, and before starting, and then find more information as we go.
Yeah, it makes it really personal, right? It makes it not like a to-do list and then this is the next step and this is the next step, but it's so personal. When you know how did you survive? It opens the personal the personal dimension, the vulnerability into the space, instead of like, okay, open your head and say, why we are doing that. Yeah. Cool. Thank you for this experiment. Thank you for co-holding space, Katrin, guiding through the processes. And then we see each other, wow, in 2 weeks. Even it's almost 2.5, because then it will be Friday. So my invitation is to keep in touch with the chat. I will also give some experiments, and yeah, stay in touch. Enjoy where you're going, matrix building.
EHP Skill Up Team.
EHP Skill Up Team. Enjoy the ride, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Ciao.